Hello friends, this video on matter and magnetism part 31 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 30 before going ahead with this one. So now let us consider the next scenario. In this scenario, what do we assume? We assume that, here we assume that the rectangular loop is aligned at some angle theta with the magnetic field. So that means the loop is not aligned parallel to the magnetic field. Instead, it is aligned at some angle theta with the magnetic field. In that case, what would happen? In that case also, the force which will act on the side AD and BC, they will be equal and opposite. And since they will be along the same lines, because AD and BC, they are joined together by the rotation axis. So there cannot be any force which can push it down because it is joined by this rotation axis, right? So it is not free to go up or down. So the net force that will act on AD and BC will be equal and opposite. Now we will calculate the force F1 on AB. So the force on AB in this case will again be I L cross B. Now earlier we said that the angle between L and B was 90 degree. But now in this case it will not be 90 degree because magnetic field is not along the plane of this loop. Magnetic field is making some angle with this loop, right? So there is some angle. This is not the correct diagram in this case. In this case, this loop is at some angle, right? So therefore, we will say this will be LB sine theta. And what would be the the direction will still remain downward. Similarly, we will calculate the force on CD. So that will also become ILB. Now, L is not L, it is small b. So this will be IBB sine theta. Now this will act in the upward direction. So the only difference in this case is that earlier we had this theta as 90 degree because your B was aligned along the direction of the rectangular coil. But now it is not aligned exactly parallel to the magnetic field. Instead, it makes some angle theta. So we have included that angle theta. So now what will happen? Now we can say that this force F1 tries to take this AB down. Similarly, F2 tries to take DC up, right? And this is your A by 2, this is your A by 2. This is F1, right? So from here again you can see that a torque comes into picture. So in this case, what would be the torque? Torque will again be F1 into A by 2 plus F2 into A by 2. In this case, F1 is equal to IBB into sine theta, A by 2 plus IBB sine theta into A by 2. So this becomes equal to IBB sine theta into A. Now what is A into B? It is nothing but area of the loop. So this will be equal to IAB sine theta. Now we know that I into A, that is current into area, is defined as magnetic moment of current. So we define magnetic moment of current and we denote it by small m. So magnetic moment of current is defined as product of current into area. So we can say that torque is equal to mb sine theta, or in terms of vector we can say it is m cross b. Therefore, in general we can say that if a rectangular loop carrying a current I, when placed in an external magnetic field, it experiences a torque which is given by m cross b, where m is the magnetic moment of the current flowing through the loop and b is the external magnetic field. So this is the value of torque. Now the various scenarios which take place are when this magnetic moment is parallel to, now when magnetic moment is parallel to the direction of the magnetic field, in that case torque is equal to 0 because sin theta is equal to 0. Again, if magnetic moment is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, in that case the value of torque becomes, so if magnetic moment is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, in that case torque becomes equal to m into b. Now, if there is a scenario where this rectangular loop has n number of turns, if the rectangular loop has n number of turns, in that case the magnetic moment, which was earlier defined as current into area, that becomes n into current into area, that is number of turns into current into area. So therefore the torque also becomes m cross b. So the torque also increases by n times, right? Okay. So this is how we saw that whenever a current carrying loop is placed in a uniform magnetic field, it experiences a torque, and that torque is given by the cross product of magnetic moment of current and the external magnetic field. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.